Costina. You don't get no internet here, so I don't bring you here. Obviously, you won't see anything. It's in the podcast, maybe, isn't it? For once, not get out of the system. Quite enough time in the mornings. Coffee. Good morning. I don't understand that, like, I need a coffee to get me going in the morning. I just need to get up to get me going. I'll let you lot. Let's put this on here. How's everyone been? You had a good night? Had a good night. I haven't seen your girlfriend. Always a good night when I'm going to see her. Right. Hello. Morning. Morning. Good morning to you. How are you? Thank you for commenting. Thank you for being the only person to comment. I never understand why people don't comment. Just if you're watching live, go hello. And the host should say hello. Hello. GT Gaming. Morning. I'm not a gamer, so I don't matter, does it? How am I doing? All right, actually. Pretty good. Busy at work.
So are you still using
life's-
spreadsheets for everything?
I don't know. Life's pretty good. Not really got any too much to complain about, which is always a good thing, isn't it? Still feeling all right. Yeah, I don't know. As long as you ain't got too much bad stuff going on in it, really. That's what you want. Hill, hang on. Hill? Do you think I'm a dog? What do I do for work? What do I know? What do I do? I sell cars. We've been selling them since 1959. My dad started a business. We're quite busy at the moment. Selling mainly Volkswagens, soon to be. Yeah, actually three or four Volkswagens sold. Yeah, it's been going a long time. My dad started it. I was saying to my friend today, and I thought the more, nice, the more. It's funny, if people are fearful of something, they're going to discredit it, aren't they? They're going to try and ridicule it. If like electric cars is a classic, people quite, all right, Phil, people are really quite triggered about electric cars, so they just try and ridicule it. And I think, why? Why not just block that person who drives them? All right, Phil, what's this? What's your favourite new car vintage? Well, honestly, one that never goes wrong. And this is Micra. I said that to in Tony's Top Revs, but he went, meh, because he's a guru, see? He's a bit of, yeah, you want a Tesla, you want a Bentley. No, he's a nice bloke, but I do think a Micra, because it never goes wrong, does it? It's cheap. I want a car that don't go wrong. The end. I don't care what the badge is. I don't care how shiny it is. One that don't ever wrong. My favourite car is the one that I've driven for, like, I don't know, 10 years. I've spent no money on it. You may have a different opinion. You may go, oh, no, that Mustang I had, or that whatever, it was great, pop through the exhaust. But, I had a water pump done, and it was like, I don't know, 2,800 quid to have the water pump done. I'm going, I suppose if you drive it, or you buy one for like a couple of months, get rid of it, buy another one, get rid of it a couple of months. If you do that, but then you're not going to be lucky to make a profit on everyone, aren't you? Surely. If you said, look, I'm lucky enough to buy a Lambo really cheap, I can drive it for 3 weeks, get rid of it, make a profit, and then get a Ferrari, 3 weeks, make a profit, Bentley, 3 weeks, make a profit, I don't know, Subaru, 3 weeks, make a profit. Well, that's your job then, isn't it? That's your absolute job. Build up your pot of money, keep buying these cars, have a profit. You're a car dealer for it. Next thing you know, innit? You're Tom Hartley. But no, seriously, I just think one that don't go wrong. One I can afford to buy, so it's mine, and one that doesn't go wrong. I don't really want a car on PCP or lease. It's not mine, is it? I think if you work hard, you save hard, and you become affluent, and you treated yourself something. I don't care what it is. If it's new to you, sing about it. If you do the London Marathon, you've worked hard, sing about it. Sing about it. If you buy your car outright and it's yours, you went to Porsche, you say over 10 years, you was a businessman, you said over 10 years, I'm going to treat myself to a new Porsche I've always wanted, sing about it. If you lease one or PCP, what, you're going to sing about something you're renting? Really? Wow. Don't know, don't get it. It's all impressions. Impressions are more valuable now than actual, aren't they? And the really Porsche, do you really think they want to tell you, you don't want to own a Porsche, you want to control it. You literally want to lease it, you don't want to own it. They don't want you owning them, do they? Because they're going to keep going back, in you. We want you to buy another one, we want you to lease another one. You want the treadmill. But as I always say, a disclaimer, these are my thoughts. Your thoughts should be completely different. Your thoughts should be, no, I definitely should be leasing that new Renault or that whatever. That's definitely what you should be doing. No, listen to me, because you are helping Barclays and Lloyds and HSBC, all the finance companies, all you lot are absolutely helping them big time. If anything, you want shares in them. I don't want to borrow money from Barclays, but you want Barclays shares. I think Gucci, do I want Gucci? No, I'd like Gucci shares, I think. I'd like to see, all the brands that we all desire, have a look at their share price. And would you have made a healthy profit buying shares, say, 10 years ago or 20 years ago when you started your Gucci or Louboutin thing? What's that company's shares done over them 10 years that you started buying their stuff? I do need a pair of shoes. I do need running. I'd say you want a decent pair of trainers, but you don't only need to spend about 150 quid. You don't need to spend £2,000 on a pair of trainers here. But, you've got to do what you want to do in it. But I do find these youngsters now, I think if you've got kids, you've got to try and teach them that, all the impression stuff is not good. Actual is good. Save up. I suppose encourage them by saying, look, you do stuff, you save half the money and I'll pay the other half. That would encourage them to save up, wouldn't it? Hello? Zendaya? I can't pronounce your name, sorry. But don't listen to me. I'm an old man, aren't I? I'm old. Never listen to old people or boring people, because they're not exciting, are they? Never listen to, another thing like the excitement, don't listen to someone who don't drink. But when you're hanging out your backside and you're throwing up, I bet you wish you'd have drunk not quite as much. Are you from where? No, that's in Hertfordshire. I'm from London. You mean, where am I from? From London. Speak for myself. Well, we don't know it. It's all these old people don't know it, do they? Your mum and dad are a pain in the arse. They don't feel. My old man was right mean. He didn't buy me an RS 2000. Now I should have gone right off the rails, shouldn't I? I should have been like, flipping doing all sorts of stuff. What's my pet hate? Anything that pisses me off. If I come out and I've got a puncture, it pisses me off, isn't it? If my motorbike was stolen, that would piss me off. I don't know, if I wake up my knees hurting, that pisses me off a little bit. If I do something, I don't get pissed off because I think you shouldn't have done it. Should have thought about it more, don't do it. Think about it. Think about the consequences, isn't it? I'm going to go and, I don't know, borrow 20 grand to buy a car or something. And I'll probably think, I wish I hadn't done that. But think about it before, innit? Think about what's going to annoy me. What's all the bad things that might happen? Think about it. And usually I would probably try and save up anyway. Can you still hold still? A challenging tug? What, you're on the fucking river? Hang on a minute, let's check how many followers he's got. Wow, very popular, isn't he? Imagine that. MCFC, what's that mean? Weird, mate. Odd. Jack, my first impression is the lasting impression. Unfortunately, my last impression of you is just, oh God, you make my skin crawl. But that's my first impression. Your first impression of me, God, he's very rude, that Gary. I'm going to report him. Please do, Jack. Please report me, Jack. 'Cause you know what? People like you ain't around me. Jack, you're the sort of person that makes my day worse. Our pet hate, imagine that, a tug. Why don't you actually put the word, mate? What, you that embarrassed about it? Everybody does it. What, you really that immature? You can't even put the word? Really? Wow. You're really going to get on in life, aren't you? You are going to, mate, you are going to soar. You're going to be, I'll tell you what, you're probably the next fucking Prime Minister, aren't you? You're an MP. You've got to be an MP with that sort of dickhead. How am I doing? Well, I'm doing very well. Apparently, Jack's having a tug. Like me. Imagine that. Can you just imagine? Can you imagine him? He only got a picture. I mean, I'm ugly, but boy, he must be super ugly. Now, Jack, I'm known as Costa, mate. I'm known as Costa. You know why? Because I roast, then I ghost. I'm going to ghost you now. I'm going to ghost you in public. Comment as much as you want, Jack. I'm not going to ever talk to you anymore, and I've got a good memory, so I might reel you in, then I'm going to block you. So be warned, you might as well go now, because I will reel you in, and I'll just go block. I'm not going to tell you when that'll be, though, all right? I normally let people think they're forgiven and all this sort of stuff. No. First impression, that's the one you have to make the best impression, I think. Even me. If I've made a bad first impression of you, fantastic. The lasting impression is me, I'm rude to you, I've roasted you or something. That's the impression you must live with. Splatted now? Nah, see you later. Anyway, I'm not going to talk to you now. City fan. Well, yeah, there you go. Odd, isn't it? I do think your first impression is the one that lasts, isn't it? You know, I think someone to Port Authorities. I think he does. I think he does work for him. I don't know. It's odd, isn't it? You know, I don't know any of you, and I'm happy to, you know, say hello. How you doing? I just want to try and get along with everyone. Really, I think it's my day's better when I don't have the hassle. I don't want arguments with people. I don't want to cut anyone up. I don't really want to cutting me up on the road. I don't want arguments. It just seems negative, really. You know, let's support each other. Let's try and help each other, help ourselves, but help each other. You know, someone's got a business. I think, well, let's try and be voting the best car, buy a saver or buy a luxury model. Share my thoughts. TikTok, go away. You don't understand. I went a little bit off there, off the rails. I'm back on the rails now. Hello. I don't know what your name says. Maybe he does work for the Port Authorities. I don't know. You're having a tug. I don't know. Imagine you call that. Just call it the proper name, isn't it? Imagine being that embarrassed you can't say the words that you actually want to say. Weird, isn't it? Imagine being embarrassed about going to the toilet or something that everybody does. Imagine that. You are literally embarrassed about natural things that everybody does or has done. Why would you be embarrassed about it? I don't understand it. Don't understand. Generally, I think embarrassment must be a big thing, isn't it? Big thing. Like, you know, in my life, as I said, if you're a man, you've got the chance of having your prostate checked, get it checked. If you're a lady and you can have your smear test or your mammogram, go for it. I'm begging you now, go for it. Do not give up the chance of having these things that could keep you alive. Don't not do things for embarrassment. Imagine not talking to, probably happens a lot, you know, boys, they're in a club or wherever, and there's a girl they fancy and they don't go and say hello. Don't know. It's just odd. Imagine, what's the worst thing if you went and spoke to someone? What, talk to someone? Why would you not want to talk to someone? Why not? So if you fancy someone, you're not going to talk to them. You ain't got to go up and say, hello, do you want to jump in bed? No, you wouldn't do that. You're going to get nowhere, innit? That would make you a troll. I think if you just walked up and had a normal conversation, you know, what's wrong with a normal conversation? I'm struggling what to say. Well, say hello. Hello, how are you? You know, a little bit nervous, you know, just want to come up and introduce myself. You know, obviously I'm assuming you may not be interested in chatting to me, but that's okay. You know, I've got to at least come and say hello to find out whether you will say hello back. No, What's your thoughts on the NA? I don't know what it is. What's a Bridport engine? Where are you from then? Are you in the UK? I don't know what I don't know what the A13. I don't know what it is. What is it? What engine is it going? What vehicle does it fit in? Pardon me. Jack, let me just quickly say to you, I've told you I'm ghosting you, mate. So you can comment all you like. Jack, I think it's polite to know. Jack, have you ever been, you had something on sale on eBay or anything, any one of your mates just won't reply. Do you not want him to say what it was? I'm ghosting you because I don't like the way you spoke to me or whatever, or you disrespected my mum or whatever. Do you want to say that or not? Sorry, I was on the phone. Sorry. Apologies, I was on the phone. Jack, look, let me say it again, mate. What have I done? I've not insulted you. Can you say still I'm having a tug? Jack, I don't want to associate with you, mate. You make my skin crawl. I'll tell you what, go away today, Jack. Just go away, please, right? Or I will just keep ignoring you forever, all right? Even if you come down and say, I'll scratch your car, which is the next thing as trolls normally do. I think, Jack, it weren't very respectful. It's just a bit weird. There could be a lady in here watching. And I'm going, I'm having a tug. Really? What? So your mum, imagine your mum, one of your mates comes and says, all right, Mrs. Whatever, Mrs. Jack, I'll by the way, I'm having a tug. Really? I can't believe you've been like over them. I can't believe that, mate. You wouldn't want him to leave. I can't really think, oh, you're embarrassing. Go away, mate. Maybe you treat people differently, Jack, but it's up to you. All right. So it's up to you. I'd say go away now. Come back, and if you, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed, mate. And do I want to hang around people that disappoint me? No. If I disappoint you, why would you hang around me? If my car kept breaking down, well, it's natural. What, your mates come out and say to your mum, oh, by the way, Mrs. Jack, I've had a tug this morning. Really? If that's seriously natural, mate, go away. You're getting my attention. Jack, I'm being quiet now. I told you I'm going to ghost you, mate. I'm ghosting you now. What you need to do is go away, mate. Come back another day. All right, Gary, how you doing? Perfect. Jack, you're my type of guy. Gary, can I borrow a tenner? The way you are now, mate, I want to piss on you. If you're my mate, you do all sorts of stuff for mates, don't you? Surely. And people I like. Give me a good impression, surely. Anyway, Jack, do you know what I've done wrong, mate? Should have instantly blocked you. But I think you give everyone a chance. Everyone's allowed to make a mistake. Everyone's allowed to make a mistake. Was it a mistake? Maybe not, because you actually typed it and went, that's good. Anyway, look, we're moving along. We need to move along. Otherwise, if you don't move on, nothing happens, does it? Nothing ever gets resolved. Someone in, what you call it? You're a fan. But Jack, I don't want what. So if I'm going to come around your house and say to your mum, "Hello, Mrs. Jack, I've had a tug," what you'd be your best mate, really? I don't think so, mate. Anyway, I'm not going to talk to you no more today. You move on, Jack. I moved on. I'm moving away from you. You move away from me. Great, isn't it? If we move away, that way you won't get apparently disrespected. What you need to do, Jack, is report the live. That's the best thing to do, mate. You can say, I've had a bit of power over Gary. I've got him banned. Why don't you do that, mate? If you want to do that. It's blocked out, mate. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to, mate. I need to. This is the trouble. We should do this. You should get all my moderators, get together and say, right, do us a favour. I'll scratch my head like that. That person gets blocked. I'll just say it. Get rid of them. Well, I wish you would. That way, then I can't go live, and that you can't come and see me. I can't see you. Anyway, I'm going to move on. Someone in no silence. I'll turn it on. Thing me because it was a phone call about a car. No, I don't know that sort of engine. I really don't. I'm really, really sorry. So I don't know that engine. Single searching for a serious man. A man? What, a serious man? Where are these men? Any ladies in here? Can you tell us where the men are? Where are all the good men? There's not even a few good men. From Uganda. I suppose I'm single. I'm not single. I'm searching for, I don't know, a day where I don't have anyone around me, anyone that's going to like, not, actually, it's not even piss you off. You know, it's disappoint me. If I'm going along and I've got a decent gap to the car in front and someone insists on coming down and cutting into that gap, that person, that's going to disappoint. That's a disappointing person, I think. The person who would say, get behind me, or would pull along and indicate and I flash to let them in. Great. Why wouldn't I let them in? Don't just push in front of me. It's manners and courtesy. Manners and courtesy are in short supply, aren't they? I don't know why. You know, even the most disrespectful person surely wants to be respected, don't they? Or do they not? Do they thrive on not being respected? Weird. It's weird, isn't it? It's odd sort of behaviours, isn't it? But then it's anonymous, isn't it? People don't have their name. There's people don't have their real name, don't have pictures. We don't really know who they are. Their bio, don't have any bios, don't say anything about them. Is that Neen? Hello. I've never been to the Philippines. I can imagine it's a beautiful country, but I've never been there. I try to eat fast and greasy. Everybody speeds a bit, and everybody does, and we don't pay attention. Oh shit! And you nearly hit a car and you miss it. We get distracted, which is I don't know, which is normal. You know, look at here now. I know Uganda's part of Africa. I wouldn't say come on TikTok to try and find, I don't know, find a man, and especially not if he's like, I don't know, if I live in the UK and trying to find a lady who lives in Russia, it just seems a little bit too far. It's quite nice to go out with someone that you could drive a couple of hours and find. Yes, I think. I drive quite a lot on the motorways, and you just see it's not even the standard. I just think people don't understand lane discipline and don't understand. Where was it? I was just turning off the A2, and there was a BMW. There was a IQ7, I think, electric Volkswagen in the outside lane, lane two. Sorry, not outside lane. What a thing, me. Anyway, it was lane two out of the three, but it went lane one, turn off. And this BMW was literally, I'd say 20 foot behind this car. And I'm like, why? I don't understand that. Why be so close? I don't understand that. It seems weird. It's just, you're not so, and when I was coming down the road, I'm leaving Rees Merton Gap. This Volvo sort of jumped the light. I've gone through it, then it started to change. So he's jumped through the light, and then he's right up behind me, and I'm like, "Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go?" I don't. I'm puzzled as to where if you push someone, where do you actually want them to go? This is what I don't understand. And if they indicate and pull over, you're only going to get to the next car, and if you get past that, you're going to get to the next car. You're not really going to get. What makes me a good driver? I'm not a good driver. Badger, I am a terrible driver. Absolutely terrible driver. I'm a terrible driver, Badger. Do you believe you're a good driver then? Everybody believes they're a good driver. I think I'm a terrible driver. I get a bit too distracted. I don't concentrate enough. Don't really have any crashes, which is, I suppose, a good thing. I speed a bit on my motorbike. That don't make me a good driver, does it? That makes me a reckless driver, surely. Driving, probably. Anyway, I'm an all right driver. I think to be a very good driver, you should drive perfectly. But there you go. You can't get up. Well, just get out of bed. Just go like that and get out of bed. I don't know. Why can't you get out of bed? You can't get out of bed. I don't know. What do you want me to do? Well, you're on your phone. You can't get out of bed. Well, obviously, you're going to go far in life, then, aren't you? Your life is, don't do the lottery. You've had more than enough luck being you, surely. How do you know? I can't get out of bed. 17. I passed it in the May. I was January, my birthday, and I passed it in the May. I think the trouble would get too distracted. You can't get up. I don't know what you mean. Judy Ian 944. What's that all about? Judy. Who makes a load of money from TikTok? Pardon me. Who, me? What do you mean? Who makes a load of money from TikTok? Hello. Who makes money from TikTok? TikTok made money from TikTok. But there you go. Can't get up your wine. I can't. My glasses are rubbish. Can't see what you're saying. You can't get your wine up now. What's that all about? Hello, Janine. Nah, I'm not going to guess because you're a troll. Guarantee, mate. I don't know you, but call yourself that name, right? Weird. I've got to be polite. I'm gonna ghost you now. All right. I'm not going to bother to roast you, but I'm going to ghost you. All right. I'll save you the roasting. I'm going to ignore you. All right. I think that's very polite because I'm telling you why you're being ghosted. You've been ghosted in the past by girls, I would think, because you're male, young male, come across a little bit immature. You've definitely been ghosted, mate. You've definitely liked some girl you fancied big time, or boy you fancied. Maybe it was a boy. I don't know. You might have been into boys. You've been ghosted big time, and your actions. I can't believe you've wondered in the past why, and the things you're typing to someone strange online. I'm like, it says it all, mate. But there you go. There you go. It was easier back then, no theory test. What? So you're struggling with the theory test, but then that's just a matter of reading the highway code, isn't it? Reading the highway code. There must be enough things, I don't know, on. There must be enough, on YouTube, those sort of things, and maybe get someone who's passed their test to help you. Morning, Creative Finds. Sammy's got ham and red onion chutney today. The usual sort of sandwich. I think, I don't know, yeah, but, I'm sure when I was young, I would have said, well, it was easier when my dad passed his test. And my dad probably would have said, well, it was easy before they passed it. Everything do you know what it is? Whatever generation comes along, where you lot now, this generation, let's say you're 18, 19, 20, you think, I'm never going to get a house, I'll never get this, or you're 25 or whatever. I guarantee the generation after you, when you have your kids, your grandchildren will say, well, it's easy for you. It's easy for you. So I think it's easier for the ones before me. The ones before me, definitely it was easier for them. I think it was probably easier in a way. Now you've got much more sort of ability to advertise everyone, right? Advertise your business to everyone. There's too much noise now, though, isn't there? Years ago, when we were selling cars, my dad started the business, there was no internet, no mobile phones, no internet, papers. My dad never advertised. It was all word of mouth, and our customer base was. Someone come from 10 miles. Like, oh, you've come 10 miles. It's like mad. Now, people come 100. The other day, someone come from Birmingham to look at a car. I've got someone coming from Cardiff on Friday to look at a car. Cardiff. That's mad. That's 200 miles. You think, what? But he's seen it on Auto Trader. So you can advertise, but there's more noise now, isn't there? I think you've got far more opportunities with respects to learning stuff and getting your thoughts, opinions, your business in front of more people, but you're not the only one doing it. How do you stand out? I don't know. If you can stand out, then you succeed, I guess, don't you? You know, if your talents for you're super duper at spreadsheets, if you can get that out there, or a really good bookkeeper or something like that, you know, you're going to get loads of people want to employ you. But there's loads of other people who say they're good, and lots of people lie on the internet, don't they? There's lots of liars now who will say they're good at stuff, and they're clearly not. They're shit, and but you don't know. You don't know who's good and who's bad, do you? Main agents, I don't think they're particularly good. I think main agents are pretty crap, really, but some people have got confidence. Who was that? I spoke to a lady the other day, she'd taken her car, a Volkswagen, for all the services, and I've offered her like £6,000, and we buy any car, I've offered her 7.5. I said, so you're going to spend all that money with Volkswagen because you thought you bought the car there and you thought they were, you know, they're Volkswagen, they look after me. I said, it just shows you your loyalty was probably misplaced. She said, I actually think you're correct. I said, well, no, I'm not correct. That's just my thoughts. Correct or not? I said, I think if you're going to go in there and buy a lot, I don't know, 20 Volkswagens a year, yeah, I think the red carpet will stay out. What are you running? No. I'm going to take my motorbike with me to my girlfriend's, so I want to use my motorbike this weekend. I was going to go out Tuesday night, but it looked like it was going to rain. It didn't rain. All right, mate. Morning. So I need to. I just want to take it with me to use it, really. And sometimes you don't use these things, do you? I'm like, you get lazy. You get lazy and you think, I can't be bothered. Go in my car, and you think, why don't I just do it? It's just, I don't know why we don't do stuff. You need to do stuff. And like going out, I think you going out, and this weekend, if you're not got anything on, you know, plan stuff. I think you need plans, don't it? Plans. I need plans. I know, 3 nights a week. 3 nights a week at least, I need plans to do something, or 4 nights a week. Yeah, 4 nights a week. 3 nights off, 4 nights. You know, you could have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night doing nothing. You're doing something Monday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday night. You're doing something like that. Your week's filled up, and your weeks go. I know. The title, what, Arsenal? I'm not a football follower. So if I go, yeah, you lot are too obsessed with apps. I'll tell you, 6 hours. If you look at your app now, I'm pretty sure, you know what it says it will do at 1 o'clock? I can pretty guarantee it will be spot on. Refresh it and look at it, and I guarantee it will be pretty spot on what it tells you it's going to do. The Met Office, when I was flying, they would give you 6 hours. You'd get a forecast for 6 hours. They would give the weatherman will never guarantee it. The Met Office will never give you a guaranteed weather, even for an hour's time. They will never guarantee it, but they would give you a percentage chance. And like up to 6 hours, you'd get like 80 to 90% chance of that's what it was going to be, actual. Autumn, you don't like the weather? You better hurry up and get it up then. It ain't warm even though the temperature's high. Yeah, I don't care as long as it ain't raining. I just don't want it raining. If it ain't raining, I'm happy because I ain't got to clean my bike. I want to put it away with just a little dust off, get the feather dust around it. That's it. Put it away. I had to wash it once, and I was pissed off, big time. I'm like, all the way back, I'm thinking, I can't believe it stayed out in this fucking shitty weather. And it weren't even raining. It was just like wet on the road. I think, what an idiot. I can't believe I was bitching over a bit of dirt on my bike. Oh God, get a life. And then you look and you think, these people. And I think one day I'll be dead, and I think, shit, why didn't I ride my bike? You know, the day I'm like, I can't even get on my bike, why did I worry about making it dirty? Why? And if we had the things we not worry about, the things we don't do because we can't be bothered. And I just think, why don't we do these things? Why do we do it? Why do we buy these things and then never use them? Or use them very rarely? It's just crazy, isn't it? So it's not right. What? I'll tell you what's not right. I'm going. I'll tell you what's not right. Staying here doing this for much longer. So I'm going to go. Have a good day. Pardon me. Do whatever. When you die there, it be any more streams? I don't know what you mean. I don't know. My body might disintegrate into the streams and like flow down the river. I don't know what you mean. I doubt it. How would there be any streams? I'll be dead. I don't know. I've got to decide what I want to do with my social media, because I'll do these, and you gradually grow, and you think, what am I actually doing? But I don't want to. I want to do what I want to do. Really, I just think, no, I'll do what I want to do. I don't want to monetize it because it's a pain in the arse. Because then you've got to go live. I think becoming a creator, if you was using this, if you're doing these and earning money, I think you might as well go back to work. Tell you what, because it will become worse than any worst job you've ever had. I'm telling you now. Yeah, I've had a few people. I've had people come and buy cars. Some bloke come in, chatting away to him, didn't even know, and he went, "I watch you on TikTok." I went, "Oh." I said, "I apologise for my swearing then." He went, "No, you ain't that bad." Chatting away. He was looking for a car for his dad. He didn't buy one. Sold another car, someone I know, I met on TikTok, and his dad bought a car. But I met him on TikTok, but I didn't realise I'd sort of met him in real life anyway, up the T-Hut at Blackheath on my bike. And yeah, and he come out to see me. He came on his bike, came out to see me. Someone else I know come out to see me, bought some cakes. Dave, he's a nice bloke. He come round. He's been around a couple of times actually. He always brings cakes. I like when he visits. Yeah, I was in the petrol garage, and I said to some woman, "Oh, it's rubbish, isn't it?" She said, "Yeah." She said, or whatever. And she went, "Oh, I watch you in the mornings." I went, "Oh." I thought she was looking through my bedroom window or something. She said, "No, I watch you on TikTok, walking around the common." I went, "Oh, bloody hell." So yeah, people do see you. I don't want to be famous or nothing. I'm not really interested in that. If if someone sees me and they go hello, I'll go hello. But I have to tell me who they are. I don't. This job I get messages. People message me, and I'm like, I don't know who you are. Unless you put who you are, I'm not going to know, am I? Hello. I mean, I'll say hello, but I'm terrible for names anyway. People tell me their name. I don't remember people's names. I just don't. And I'm me. I don't want anything from anybody. I don't want to give you anything. I don't want anything. It's just me. I'll just sit here chatting, isn't it? Well, nah, you just be polite to people, innit? Or Omar, Ems, just be polite. How would I like someone to address me? Good morning. Yeah, that's more than good enough. How's your day going? Yeah, not too bad. Top of the morning to you. What you been up to? If you're gonna have a bit more of a conversation, you got to think what to say, ain't you? Like, good morning. How you doing? You're not too bad. How's your week going? Having a busy week, or is it a bit rubbish? Or you got to try and get the conversation flowing. Some people are very hard though. Some people are like, you can't. I think a conversation to flow, you can't give someone a yes or no reply. If you give them a possibility of a yes or no reply, it stops it. Autograph? No, thank God. I think I think successful conversations, you can't really give someone a. You got to give them something where they've got to think about the reply. They can't just do a yes or no. But then you want them to give you that because you might be bored and I want to go. I've had that before. You just want to get away, and you think. And sometimes you have to be rude and say, "Look, I'm really sorry, I've got to go. I'm really sorry, I've got to go." Because you've got to go, innit? You haven't, but you just might want to get rid of them. Some people like watching paint dry, aren't they? I know that sounds horrible, but they are. And you think, no, you're not very interesting. I need to get away. Anyway, I've got to go. So if you're mumbling to me, I would always say hello. I don't know. I was chatting to some bloke in the van, and I said, "Oh, you're obviously a bailiff. I'm not nosy. I mean, who's in trouble then? Ain't me, is it?" He went, "No." And he said, "I watch you online." I went, "Oh God." And this was like, lockdown actually. Just had to come out of lockdown, so 5-6 years ago. Weird. It does feel weird because people know me. You lot know me, but I don't know you lot. I don't know you lot, do I? Anyway, I've got to go. See you later, guys. Have a good day.